now. Please welcome Anna, our MC.
Hi everybody, welcome to IOMUN 9 opening ceremony. I'm really excited to be here. Can we start please? Next slide. Okay, so one slide back please. Sorry about that. So today we'll be first having our opening speech from our co-president, Anna Graves. Then we'll have an opening speech from IOMUN director. It's a great honor for him to be here. Then from the USG team, which is everyone that's been running different teams in IOMUN, such as marketing, logistics, all of that. Then we'll be introducing the 3 committees we have at the beginner, intermediate, and advanced level. We'll be having an exciting keynote speaker and then an opening speech from our wonderful Secretary General. Please welcome to the podium Anna Graves, who is our co-president of IOMUN.
Hey everyone, I'm Anna and I'm currently serving as co-president of IOMUN as well as USG for academics on this conference. So thank you so much for coming to IOMUN 9, our little passion project. It's our 9th edition, which is pretty amazing. So thank you all so much for coming. So now a lot of you are first time and beginner delegates or even advanced delegates. And I think that many people may feel that many organizers or even chairs may be quite out of touch with the way that delegates may feel when they come to their first conference, their second conference, and any number of conferences. But we want to make sure that everyone knows that we understand what it feels like to be a first-time delegate in a committee, in a conference. And trust me, we spend our time, our meetings, drawing from our own experiences to make sure that our conference is oriented to make sure that you feel comfortable and happy to let your experiences with MUN grow and develop, have fun. And thank you so much for all having the courage to show up here today. I know coming to a first conference, especially maybe online, is a very intimidating and daunting experience. So I would like to thank every single delegate for having the courage to come here today. And of course, I cannot do any thank yous without thanking every single one of our staff. I may not have worked with all the teams. Of course, I've been mainly focusing on academics, but I know from my experiences dealing with our staff, you guys are some of the most dedicated and amazing people I've ever worked with. So thank you so much for that experience. And I know that this conference will be amazing. And of course, I would like to really thank the chairs because having been working in academics, honestly, these are some of the best chairs we have ever had. So thank you guys so much for your dedication. I'm sure as delegates, you've read our study guides and honestly, they're pretty good. So this has been an amazing experience running up to the conference, and I really hope that the actual conference will be just as fun as the prep. So thank you all for being here, and I hope that with the help of the IOMUN staff, you can have some fun, have some great debate, and love MUN a little bit more than you already do. Thank you.
Thanks, Anna. Next slide, please. So now we'll be having a speech from our director, Daniel Bindis. Please welcome him.
Hello, thank you very much. And I'm very excited to be here to kick off the beginning of IOMUN 9. This is the 9th edition of IOMUN. And this is really exciting to be able to see chairs and delegates and participants from all over the world coming together to do MUN, to be able to collaborate with like-minded individuals across the world, and no less importantly, to be able to make friendships with people you would never be able to meet. And this is something, Model UN, when it comes to flying to conferences, when it comes to scheduling with schools, it's not an easy to access activity in some ways. But in IOMUN now, for the 9th conference, participants, chairs, and delegates from all over the world get to come together and put on productions that I find incredible. IOMUN is one of the most impressive student and peer-led MUNs that I have ever seen. And it is hopefully this conference today will continue in that tradition. I want to emphasize one additional thing for our IOMUN participants, although this is also true for staff and secretariat. When we have a conference, we're not just doing MUN online. We're using useful skills for the workforce in the future. To be able to have a Zoom meeting where you're looking at your research and your notes while you're collaborating, working with others, and bring it all together in an effective way, this is the work skill set of the future. This is something that the world is adapting to, and you will come into that world with these skills ready. It's not just enough to be computer literate. It's also being able to take something much more complicated, which is researching, preparing materials, moving between them, and presenting them well in real time. And nowhere teaches you this like Model UN Online, where you need to collaborate, win friends, impact people, and do it all through a computer medium. So what I would like to say, first of all, is incredibly good job to the IOMUN staff, Secretary General Michal, the academics team, and behind it all to Anna and Naho, the co-presidents, who this would not have been possible without. I heard great things about the chairs, and I'm really looking forward to an awesome conference today. So I would wish everyone here to have a day where you get some great experiences, practice MUN with the most diverse of committees. This is something very unique and special here, and make some friends from across the world. And hopefully you may even be able to meet one day. Have a great conference.
Thank you so much, Daniel. It's completely true what you said. I've made some lifelong friends in MUN, and it's really important. So now I'll be introducing the USG team. Every one of these people has worked so hard to make sure that the conference goes off without a hitch, and has been working day and night for months. So to start off, we have Anna Graves, who's also our co-president of IOMUN, leading the academics team. If you might have known, she was the Secretary General of IOMUN last year, so she has a lot of experience. In Anna Graves' team, academics, there is Ensol Kim and Pearl Wilson also working with her. Naho, who is our other co-president of IOMUN, is leading the applications team. So Naho works super hard to make sure that chair and delegates and everything else runs smoothly, and make sure that chairs are high quality. So on her team are Matthew Kim, Carol Ortiz, Isabella Park, Aishbek S.A., Alia Rilwan, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, Salma Mosin, and obviously Nahu Abe, who is the head. Then on to marketing, Alonso, who has been working so hard to make sure the conference gets publicized, and making sure that all the Instagram is pretty and sticks to the theme, I guess. He's been working so hard alongside Jenny Ma and me. So not to give myself credit, but it's a really big job that these people are doing, and we should be really thankful towards them. Now going on to the logistics, Amy Im is the head and is working only with Omkar Patayanek. It's actually a very small team, but they're putting off a great job. And then MUN Craft, Ibrahim is the head and is working with Yanif. Someone that isn't mentioned on the slide is Izzy, I think. She's part of the academics. So we just wanted to give a shout out to her. These are the photos of the people inside each team, not the team leaders. Also, if you want to take a look at that quickly. Okay. Next slide, please. Yeah. So the committees that we'll be having this year are a lot more diverse than previous years. DISEC is the beginner committee, so that's for people who have done very little MUN conferences before, just to ease them in. The topic they'll be discussing is the de-escalation of tension in the South China Sea. For anyone that doesn't know, China is trying to take control of the South China Sea, which is a big issue. The head chair is Jacqueline Carrion, co-chairs Sarina and Vishali Vinayaga. Once again, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. I really hope that every delegate that's placed in the beginner committee loves to love MUN as everyone here, all the secretariat has done. Next is the intermediate committee for people who have already done a couple of MUNs. So it will be the United Nations Human Rights Council. The issue they'll be discussing is refugees as a result of the Christian and Muslim genocide in the Central African Republic. Head chair being Alexandra Ontika, Jesslyn Jetpri, and Alexa Rojas are the co-chairs. And then the advanced committee, which is actually a new thing that was added to IOMUN, is the International Press Corps. The chair being Lavana Singhal and Monteith McCoy, Victor Bonjalil as the co-chairs. International Press Corps is actually a really exciting committee because this has never been done in IOMUN before, and it's usually in a lot bigger conferences that IPC is involved. So it's quite exciting that we have it in IOMUN. So now we'll be introducing a wonderful keynote speaker. This is one of the most exciting parts of the opening ceremony for many, Camila Lopez Badara. Camila?
Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can.
Excellent. So hi, everyone. It is an honor to be here with you today, such an important event. My name is Camila Lopez Badara, Executive Director of Democracia Global. It's a small NGO, independent and pluralistic NGO from Argentina, whose objectives are to promote global democracy by promoting the existence of democratic institutions at the regional, continental, and world level. First of all, I would like to thank Omkar Patanayak and the International Online Model United Nations for inviting me to give you this welcome speech. It is very exciting to see young people participating in this experience. I am very happy to welcome you in this event. It's so closely related to an activity that we frequently carry out from Democracia Global, the United Nations Parliamentary Assembly model. Our model simulates the functioning of a parliamentary assembly in the United Nations, a body that has not yet been created, but whose campaign is supported by more than 1,700 parliamentarians around the world. As you all might know, the multitude of multilateral structures and forums that serve internationally policy making offers not only marginal opportunities, if any, for democratic participation. They are usually largely dominated by government representatives. The increasing democratic deficit is also accompanied by the growing governance deficit of the international system. States are confronted with a multiple of problems that transcends national boundaries and political tasks that they cannot successfully tackle on their own. Therefore, more and more decisions on major policy issues have to be coordinated and taken at the international level. IUMPA World represents people directly at the world level for the first time. Those openings up the opportunity to get issues on the global political agenda without the intermediary role of a national governments. The parliamentarians of this assembly will be representative of the world population legitimized by indirect or direct elections. They will have a statutory duty to represent the interest of humanity as a whole, to promote planetary unity, and to discuss global issues and make recommendations in this regard. Since its launch in 2007, support for IUMPA has grown significantly. More than 1,700 members of parliaments from more than 130 countries, or hundreds of personalities from other areas of society, as well as numerous civil society groups, have signed these campaigns internationally appeal and supported the establishment of a UNPA. But this is not still enough for us. This is why we invite you to sign the appeal that you can find on the link unpacampaign.org. We need your support so that UNPA can become a reality. In addition to promoting this campaign among civil society, academics, and parliamentarians, we believe that the best way to show the need to democratize the United Nations system is through the UNPA model. This simulation illustrates that the way of globalizing has come to a point where the existence of certain issues that used to be local or national now have a wider transcendence, making it necessary to reform the existing international institutions or to build new ones that can act as catalyzers of society's demands. The objective of this model is to raise awareness about current problems at the global level and their interactions with the local and regional environment, and to show the international sphere as a space for action and incidence on international reality, where each individual can become an active global citizen. In order to be well prepared for the experience, we ask participants to think as global citizens, to think with a federalist approach, and to believe that it is through international cooperation and implementation of democratic organizations that a more just world can be achieved for all. This is an essential point for this model, the concept of global citizenship. This is a type of citizenship that transcends the space of the state and the national to point to a higher group where geographical differences are not taken into account. This means that no matter where we are from or where we are, global citizenship fosters personal respect and respect for others. To be a global citizen, then, is to understand that the human condition is above borders or territorial barriers. It is a way of life that recognizes that our world is an increasingly complex web of connections and interdependencies. It is to understand that our choice and actions can have repercussions for people and communities at the local, national, and international level. Technology, the media, and social networks allows the global citizen to have the knowledge to be involved in what happens around the world. This transnational perspective is then a fundamental axis in the definition of global citizenship, because it is only through this perspective that we will be able to face issues of a global nature. We encourage its participants to put themselves into the shoes of members of parliaments, representing the citizens of the world, without being tied to a specific political party or country, and working together on the drafting of viable and effective proposal for tackling this global issue that know no borders and therefore requires global solutions. In this sense, participants need to be legislators of a United Nations Parliamentary Assembly. They do not represent any specific country. They are global citizens, democratically elected to a seat in the United Nations Parliamentary Assembly, and need to act such as writing and negotiating bills that can have a positive impact on humanity. Most young people already feel like global citizens. Global citizenship has clear objectives. It does not take into account geographical distinctions and goes beyond the power or governments that are specific to each country. This should be a subject as a school to study and discuss this. In Democracia Global, we have a big project to implement this at all levels of elementary school. We want to guide the contents of subjects through the problems of globalization, global citizenship, and an institutional design of expanded democracy, such as that of the World Parliament. We hope we can share this with you all and implement this in different countries. The first UNPA model was held in Buenos Aires, Argentina, at the Senate of Argentina, with great success. It was designed with 3 stages in mind to intercept various problems facing the global community at large. Firstly, the 2 educational encounters occurred in which ideas stream from a world that is increasingly more connected. Ideas such as the concept of global citizenship and the main characteristic of the UNPA campaign were debated. Their main purpose was presenting a project that deals with matters regarding their commissions to finally vote on the most feasible project presented to meet this growing issue that affects us all. Lastly, each commission chose a project to deliberate upon in the last stage of the model, the parliamentary session. This last phase was gradually allowed to take place into the chamber of the Senate of Argentina, where representatives vote to pick one of the 4 projects presented. This year, the city of Delhi, India, has been chosen as the location for the second model of the UN Parliamentary Assembly. By imitating the successful previous model in Argentina, we intended to resemble a session of the UNPA involving gender studies, international relations, and political science students from different parts of the country. This year, theme revolved around the worldwide problem was gender equality. Despite the known progress, women and girls around the world do not fully experience equal rights. Women and girls represent half of the world population and therefore also half of its potential. Gender equality, besides being a fundamental human right, is essential to achieve peaceful societies with full human potential and sustainable development. Moreover, it has been shown that empowered women boost productivity and economic growth. Unfortunately, there is still a long way to go to achieve full equality of rights and opportunities between men and women. In both simulations, models choose global issues such as climate change or gender equality. They have become affairs that concern each and every one of us. The mantra of this model is that global problems need global solutions. So, through this initiative, we are all showing the world that it is crucial to provide solutions for global issues in a united, democratic, and representative manner. The second simulation model in India was carried out with the participation of Democracia Global, Democracy Without Borders, the NGO that promotes the UNPA Campaign International, HUMA, and Sharda and Goa universities. There are 2 Indian universities. This model represents a challenge for us, not only because of its virtual dynamic, but because it was the first that we carry out outside of Argentina, where Democracia Global is located. But thanks to the participants and their hard quality bills, we overcame this challenge. We were very happy with the work that each of them did around a central and global topic, such as gender equality, and it's very similar to the one that you are experiencing now. Apart from Democracia Global, there are many organizations who have developed simulation models associated with the functioning of the UN or our parliament, just like you are doing today. All of them carry out with this initiative with young people like you, because it is you who are increasingly interested in making a more sustainable and equitable world. You are the future leaders of the world. We are organizing the 8th edition of the week of the Global Week of Action. Once again, Democracia Global reiterates its support to the creation of World Parliament. To do this, an event to launch is held in October 21. We are going to present the UNPA campaign and share the testimonies of Argentine and Indian studies students who were a part of the simulation model. If we want to guarantee inclusion and equal opportunities, we do believe that it is important to create initiatives to bring together young people from all over the world to work for finding global solutions to save the planet. Also, during this week, a series of online events all over the world will be held with politicians and academics of international relevance who will discuss the importance of establishing global international institutions. Thanks for your attention and giving me this space to present activities of the Democracia Global. All the luck for the model.
Thank you very much, Camila, for coming. And thanks to you and Democracia Global for all the hard work you put in for ensuring that democracy is spread worldwide. Next, please.
Does anyone have any questions for Camila before we continue? Feel free to open up your mics or even ask in the chat. Questions? Okay. Then we'll continue. Thank you so much, Camila, for your speech.
So now we have our speech from our Secretary General, Mikhail Taffy. She's been working so hard on this conference for, over 5 months, I think. It's just incredible the work she's been doing. So please welcome her.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michal Taffy. I'm the Secretary General. This whole experience has been like really amazing to me. Seriously, IOMUN holds such a really important place in my heart since it's the first conference I've ever been a staff of. So it's like, it was so new to me when I just came here, and I'm so glad that I've been able to be part of the conference until now and even be a Secretary General for this conference. It has been an amazing adventure, and I couldn't have done it without our all amazing teams. They really were the best. A special thanks go to Daniel and now and Anna that really guided me through all of that, and I couldn't have done it without them at all. Since I'm sure all of you want to just continue and just start debating, I'm not going to make my speech long. You're going to hear a lot from me in the closing ceremony though. I just want to mention one thing. In IOMUN, we really appreciate, as much as we appreciate good debate and good politics and everything, we really want to make IOMUN fun to you. So don't forget to submit memes to us for Meme Award. Don't forget to have fun during the conference. And I really hope that you will have fun today. So we're going to open up the breakout rooms now. We're going to open up the breakout rooms soon, and you can just join to your committee breakout room, and the sirs will explain everything there. Okay? It was really great to see you all.
Thank you so much, Mikhail. Now that all those speeches have been given, are there any points or motions on the floor at this time?
If anyone has one, please raise your virtual hand.
Once again, are there any points or motions on the floor?
Motion to open debate.
Thank you very much.
IOMUN 9 is officially open now. Go have fun, everyone.
Woo! Yeah, so if you're part of the beginners committee, DISEC, you stay here. UNHCR, please join your room, and same for IPC. And please open your cameras, especially chairs. This is policy. If you can be asked to open your camera, and if you refuse, you might have to leave.